Hit the button. Saving it for the pod.
Unless it's business.
I'll do business on the pod too. Talk about
Business before pleasure.
Talk about income taxes and deferments. All the business talk. Oh, I don't even know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. My name is Thor, and this is episode 56. I had to go look because I didn't remember.
And I'm Amanda.
Okay, just augering it straight into the ground.
I'm just mixing it up.
All right, mixing it up. I'm just throwing off. This is episode 56 of the podcast. It's all fish and chips, the podcast. It's going to be one of those episodes, kids. Hold on to your seats. Buckle up. It's going to be a long one. To my right, already ready to go, Rip Rarin, ready to go. Got herself a 7 brew.
I think it's Rip Roarin', right?
Rip Roarin',
I think we've done this before, but I don't know.
Rip Riding, ready to go. With her 7 brew. It's Amanda.
Hi.
Hey. And then next to Amanda is an empty seat because it's supposed to storm and Tyler's not allowed out. Actually, I got a good story of where he's at right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then next to that empty chair, as always, no longer in his Tommy Bahama outfits. He's churching it up. It's Bubby.
Where ecstasy meets fantasy.
Dang it, all the heck. I forgot mine again. Man, you know what the drinking game should be? Thor remembers his freaking catchphrase. Like I said, Tyler's out. Sadness. He'll tell the whole story here when he gets back, but he had a new shower put in at his house. They ripped out the old shower and put in a new tub and new surround and stuff.
Apparently upstairs.
And they didn't do a good job. And then all the water came downstairs. And so that guy's back out there fixing her up, and Tyler's over there supervising the fixing her up. And so
looks no good. No bueno.
It's no bueno for sure. The bathroom that we had redone is right above my wife's office. And I was concerned when they first put it in that it was just going to rain on her one day when she was in there, but they did a good job. So
Bonus shower,
right?
Bonus shower.
Should have used my guy, I guess. Weather has been beautiful here this last week. Mm-hmm. We've had the windows open. We had them open up until I got home tonight. And then I was like, it is too muggy in here to try to do a podcast. Mm-hmm. So we fired up the AC and got the window unit going, and it's cooled off in here now. But just been beautiful weather. It's been, let me tell you, kids, it is Monday, and it has been a long week already. I'm going to just reach right over there and close that window so Bubby stays focused on the podcast.
I was watching Parker on the scooter across the street.
It is not Parker across the street, but there is a kid out there on a scooter.
I'm not sure.
It might be Parker. I don't know. Is it Bubby? Is it Parker?
It surprised me.
Did he Back to the Future you all the way over here and just hook onto the bumper and catch a ride over to my house?
That'd be funny.
I could see him doing it, right?
Okay.
Buy that boy a hoverboard, Bubby. So it's been a long week. I did split shifts like 2 weeks ago. We talked about this. I was working kind of half overnight, half during the day. And I got tired, and I have not caught back up. Like I am still just like zombieing it through the day. A lot of days here. I want to say shouts out to friend of the podcast, Carol, who called me last night because she saw the picture of Bubby's magic show at the fair, and had to call and tell me she's worked with that dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she knows that guy. They worked with him down at Pigeon Forge. She's planning on coming out here before too long.
Is she coming on a Saturday in September?
Possibly. We could find out.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Awesome.
We're still talking about our podcasting trip here. People are not good at wanting to go to this thing, so we're just looking for our fourth.
The three of us are.
Yeah, the 3 of us are in. We just got to get the 4th and maybe the 5th now to go on our little adventure with us. So, but she's coming down. They've got whole shenanigans going on with their condo and stuff. So they're coming into town to do some stuff with that, and they're gonna hopefully come by and be on the podcast because we'd love to have both of them on the podcast. Yeah, that's basically what I got going on. Now I'm gonna tell you this story. We go the other night over to La Paloma. which is a Mexican place here in town that I enjoy. My wife really likes La Paloma. And we're sitting there, we're having a lovely meal. And then I look over to the table to the right of me, and it's 4 old people. And I mean old people, okay? And one of the dudes has brought himself in a full-on map, okay? And he's got it laid out on the table. And they are planning their route for where they're going to go on their trip.
Why is this bad?
Paper map.
What's wrong with a paper map?
They don't sell them anymore.
They don't even make them anymore. That's not even a thing they do anymore,
That's
man.
something he apparently has from 1960.
Yeah, he found that in the glove box of his Edsel there.
I love a paper map. I was just thinking about that the other day. I want to get like one of those big old paper
Like an atlas.
Yeah.
We have an atlas at home.
I know I want one.
I used to have one in the back of my car for when I got
I know,
lost.
right? It's so helpful.
Parker
It's
likes
not though, because now you just have to Google and they just tell you where to
But
go.
you know what? Sometimes Google lets you down. And you know what? My favorite thing when I was a kid, there was a movie called,
Oh, I'm ready for this.
Follow That Bird.
Oh, I know that movie. That's Big
Yeah,
Bird.
right? And you know what they did in those movies? And I think the Muppets did it too, but they traveled by map.
Oh yeah, because
And so-
in the Muppet movie, they
Yeah.
meet Big Bird out there while he's out there doing his follow that bird thing.
Yes. And so that's like, I love that so much.
So you wanted to
And
just
so
do
like you could put like a marker on your like paper map
uh-huh.
and it shows better like how much you've traveled,
I
like your
see.
whole like, oh my gosh, look how far we've gone. On the phone it's just like you got 4 more hours.
You just got
You've
4
been
more
driving
hours.
for 6 hours and you got 4 more.
That's
bits.
what I just want the depressing news. I just want you're gonna be trapped in this rental car for the next 4 more hours.
Yeah, but at least Google online, whatever, will give you like where they have caution or they have.
Yeah, they'll tell you about the traffic.
I know,
Like
but
you're
I
gonna
think-
be,
I
your
think-
ass is gonna be stuck here for like 2 more hours because this traffic sucks.
I think
Speed
that's
traps.
the difference.
Speed traps.
The difference. I mean, I do love
You don't speed, you don't have to worry about them.
Waze, and it's really good about all that stuff. But I enjoy the journey. And
Yep.
sometimes the journey,
Amanda's all about the
the
getting there,
map.
not the being there. I used to be in charge of like the navigation.
yeah,
That's a stressful thing,
it is.
especially when my dad was like driving because
Yeah.
you had to know now.
Yeah.
Like if you were like, and I oftentimes did not know where I was on that map, and sometimes would just say take a left.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where we were. Let me tell you how that worked out for me. Never. That's how well that worked out for me.
Yeah.
So that was I do not like being the map guy in the car, especially like when you're in a big city and there's like you got to stay on this road, then you got to get on this
Yeah.
through St. Louis,
Yeah.
where you got to like shift roads like 7 times to get through St. Louis. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I'd have a stroke every time.
That's when you need the nice lady to tell you
Just
where you're
just
going.
stay to the right.
Yeah.
Just
But-
stay to the right. That's all I need you to say, lady.
But I do enjoy like a cross country, like plan it out on the map. Like I'm with those old people.
Me
I
and-
would have been like, where are we going?
My first trip out to Missouri, me and my dad did that with a big old atlas, and we were trying to figure out like the best route. And so we'd like, oh, you could go this way, or here in Paducah, you could take this little
Right.
road out for a while, and that'll meet up over here, and then you can cut down, and that'll probably save you a little bit. And yeah, I remember doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you,
Fun.
Pre-internet.
this is like
Yeah.
we've talked about
We had
triptychs,
to.
right? Going to the AAA and getting a triptych.
No, I don't think so.
You know what a triptych is, Bubby?
No, I never
Oh,
AAA for anything.
okay. So back in the day,
I was poor.
okay,
Couldn't do
kids,
AAA.
Parker, gather around the radio here, Parker, and I'm gonna tell you a story about back in the day. You could go to
Before-
AAA. Okay, you know AAA, the people who come to the roadside assist you, right? They also had a place of business you could go to. They don't do this anymore, I gotta imagine. And you could say, hey, I'm going from here to Orlando, Florida. And they would say, okay, we'll make you a triptych. That's what they call it, a triptych. And so then they would they print out.
I like to think that
From a
I like to
computer?
think they just had a
Wait.
big ass atlas and they were just cutting out slices of it. But they would print out your route of the trip. So each page was like a section of your route and you would follow along. And then it was spiral bound at the top. So you could flip from one page to the next
cool.
page. And so you start at your house and you go, okay, we go up to this road and then we make the right And I think they'd also like print like step-by-step instructions as well, maybe on the back or something. But you would like flip the triptych as you're going, and you're on this page now, and you follow that to you. And every time like you veer off that page, it'd flip, and there'd be the next one.
Never heard of it.
And that was a service they used to offer.
Never.
Like a fancy map quest.
Yeah, like it was exactly MapQuest.
Yeah.
Because all right, kids, gather around.
The lady wants to be a part of our conversation.
Which lady wants to be?
The kitty.
My wife?
No.
Google? What's she on about?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You're
sometimes
talking, yeah.
sometimes she's just over there talking. I don't know.
Like, it could be your wife. It could be the Google.
Yeah, sometimes you're like in the other room and you just hear her say, that's 47 plus 82.
I hear it now.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you on about Google? And she's like,
She's probably trying to get its directions to wherever.
yeah, I probably started kicked her off to do. That's the problem with the smart houses is not that smart, and it just does its own shit sometimes, or it hears stuff on the TV and it'll just reply to that.
It's trying to tell you how to get to Florida.
Yeah, exactly. So MapQuest was the same thing as a triptych, except for you had to do it yourself.
Yeah.
So you'd go to MapQuest and you'd say, I'm going to go to Florida, and it'd say, okay, here's your route, and then you could print out that trip. And it would print it on, 4x8 pieces of paper. Then you had to keep that crap organized in your car. And you're like flipping through those pages. And inevitably you got them out of order. Now you don't know where you are. So kids today, you got it easy. That's all I'm saying.
But you're also missing the fun of the journey.
Yeah, you're missing having to stop and ask for directions. That's for damn sure. And that's not something anybody wants to do.
Or finding like that random statue of...
Yeah, world's biggest ball of yarn, or
Elvis Jesus.
Elvis Jesus, sitting on the dashboard of my car. Kids, check it out. It's probably on Wikipedia somewhere. MapQuest and triptychs. Now, Bubby,
Thor.
sit in front of you. You have 4 shot glasses
Thor.
and 1 24-ounce bottle.
Jeez.
Hold on. Can we take a pause? Because I have something to go with this.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so quick story.
Quick story.
So I went on a little adventure over the weekend.
Okay.
And
Care to elaborate, or is it a secret?
and it was work. It was not that exciting.
Oh.
But I had to drive 3 hours to get there.
Trip ticket, or you map it?
I just did it the boring way.
Ways.
I know. But I did choose my own adventure, and when I saw something I liked, I stopped.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So I saw something that I have not stopped at since I was a kid. I've seen it, but I'm like...
Stuckies.
Uranus.
Stuckies.
It was a Stuckies?
I stopped at a
hell
Stuckies.
yeah, Stuckies.
And it was the sketchiest Stuckies I've ever seen in my life. I was like, do I just have like tainted memories of like bubblegum Stuckies when I was a kid? Or
Yeah.
was it just better?
No, I think Stuckies were always a little bit sketchy.
Okay.
But they've definitely gone downhill. Like, they're not keeping the Stuckies up anymore.
No. So I pulled into the Stuckies, and like I didn't need fuel or anything. I was like, I'm going to Stuckies.
Yeah, right? It's right there.
So I got into a parking place, and a like highway patrol like whips in right across from me in the parking lot. I was like, and just sat there and stared at me, and I was like,
this good or bad? I don't know yet.
I don't know.
Either way, I'm ended up in handcuffs, if you know what I mean.
No,
No.
I don't. You're gonna have to explain it to me.
I'll draw you a diagram later.
So I went into Stuckies, and I was like, oh, that's why the popo's here, because it's like has a lot of those video slot machines.
Oh,
things like
yeah.
that, and
That seems like a place Stuckies would go
Right.
to at this point. Yeah.
and a lot of politically driven T-shirts,
Right.
and things like that. And I was,
You can get a political person 2024 flags that you can put on your truck.
yeah, and all kinds of things.
Okay.
Lots of thoughts and opinions on T-shirts and bumper stickers.
Right. Do they have a glass pipeware that you could also purchase probably?
Maybe they had a lot of cigars.
Okay. Yeah. This all
Very
checks out.
expensive liquor section.
Yeah. You should not be buying your liquor at a Stuckies, kids. Just FYI.
But they did have some things that I remember from Stuckies, but I don't know if I ever had, so I got us.
Oh, okay. Can I just ask, before you reveal this,
Yes.
did you in fact buy the world famous Stuckies pecan log?
I did. The big
Hell yeah. Have you ever had a Stuckies pecan log?
No.
You're
Okay.
about to.
I don't think I've ever stopped at a Stuckey's.
Okay, so
I know,
Stuckey's.
Magical
I know
as
where
it
there
used
is
to be.
one. We just never
So
stopped.
Stuckey's used to be big back in the day. Like it was the roadside. Like that's where you stop is the Stuckey's. Bob's Big Boy, Stuckey's, Howard Johnson's,
Right.
all those right there, right? And Stuckey's is famous for the pecan log.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't like a pecan log, but I'll eat a Stuckey's pecan log if I got to. I'll tell you
I
that
don't
right
know
now.
that I've ever had one. but I
Okay,
was
so
like, that's what
so
we're
now
getting.
we're gonna double down on this.
Yes. Anyway, back to
Okay,
your regularly scheduled Faygo.
we got Faygo. This week's flavor of choice is pineapple watermelon, 24 ounce. Bubby, will you do the honors of?
Why do you do this to me every time?
We'll just pick 3 of them
You
and
should
fill
be
them up.
good at it.
Okay, you should know which one is not the one we're using. We're going to see if he quiets down or not. That is correct.
Okay.
Bubby has chosen the 3 correct shot glasses.
Now, whether the right person or not gets it,
Right.
we'll see. But I'm going to fill them up first. Of the Faygo
Dudley the dog is very
pineapple
mad at,
watermelon.
it seems to be indeterminate things. He's just walking through the house angry about something.
Some days it's just like that.
Yeah. Hey, go lay down. Tell him to go lay down. Is that what you tell your dog, Bubby? Go lay down.
Not that nice.
I think it's your wife.
Oh, that's your wife?
No, I think it's your wife that's talking.
Oh. To me or to the Google?
I think just
in general.
maybe to someone else. Maybe she's on the phone,
Okay.
on a Zoom call. I don't know.
Possibly. All right, I'm going to take first shot here because I never go first. Pineapple watermelon. It smells very candy. It smells like a Jolly Rancher. Okay. I'm excited about that already. Oh, it's fizzy. That's a Jolly Rancher.
Fizzy.
Yeah, it's carbonated.
Okay. Just asking.
That's a Jolly Rancher is what that is, Bubby. That's all I'm eating right there.
Was there a watermelon?
Watermelon? Yeah, it's probably a watermelon Jolly Rancher is what that is. Go ahead and take yourself a sip. That's not bad.
Well. I can't really smell anything. Definitely a watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, I am not against that.
No.
I hate fake watermelon.
I hate.
Do you like real watermelon?
Oh, she smelled it.
I love real watermelon.
It smells like a Jolly Rancher. I like watermelon.
Have you ever had
Who doesn't? Who's like mad about watermelon?
There's some people.
Yeah, there's people.
Oh, man, this might be Amanda's least favorite by the look of that.
That's real gross.
Have you had yellow meated?
What?
Yellow meated watermelon.
What?
Yellow.
Yeah.
Meated.
Meated.
The meated
That's
is
what
the.
it's called. Yellow meated watermelon.
MEATED? Like there's meat in it?
Right,
guess
but
you
it's,
call them
it's
meat.
that's what you call
The meat of the melon.
Oh, I see. I was saying yellow,
guess.
yellow watermelon.
Yes. If that's how you want to say it, yes.
Yeah, yellow meated watermelon sounds like you're putting like slices of bologna in there.
The inside part is yellow.
I see. No, I've never had that.
Is-
What's that like?
It's just as tasty, sweet.
Is it as liquid filled as a
It
regular
is.
old watermelon?
It is. It is. I know that they grow them down in Arkansas, where I'm from. I've had several.
I could drink like 50 bottles of
I
that.
wish I could find some up here in Missouri.
So what's the difference between
There's no, it's just
one's yellow, one's
color,
red?
Yeah,
Now,
tastes just as good.
here's my thing about watermelon. It's the best thing about watermelon and the worst thing about watermelon is how juicy a watermelon is.
Yes.
Because it's refreshing, it's delicious, but man, it's everywhere and it's so sticky.
Yeah.
So that's the only downside. So if you could figure out like the juicy watermelon that doesn't get all over my everything, and I have to like take a hose bath after I'm done eating one, that'd be
Well, eat it with a fork.
eat it with a fork. That doesn't seem like how you eat a watermelon, Bubby.
Well-
yeah, put your face in there, and go. Blah, 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 blah.
My wife cuts it up and puts it in containers, and then you have to eat it with a.
You shouldn't let you put your fingers in there and just get one out.
You could.
You could if you're
Why would you?
if you're a wild animal. You could.
Right.
All right, bust open that Stuckey's pecan log too, Bubby, while we're at it.
Yep.
Or Amanda.
Go ahead, Amanda.
I'll drink this whole thing if nobody else wants it because that is my favorite.
I like it.
Where are we putting it?
I can't do it.
I'm gonna put it.
That was like 3 seconds worth of trying, and then she just gave up.
I'd put it at the top for now.
I think that's probably top. I put that above the grape.
Yeah.
Amanda,
I,
bottom. You would like to vote that one the bottom?
I think
Above
it's
cotton
slightly-
candy?
It's slightly better than cotton candy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cotton candy's the
Yeah.
bottom.
Cotton candy is definitely the bottom. I like this one. I think it's up there. I'd put it at least even with grape, if not slightly above.
Yeah, slightly above.
Okay, Amanda, would you like to go take your hunk first? A pecan log. Ooh, yeah, it's cream filled. It's like nougat filled. There you go.
I'm gonna make
This
it
is gonna
into
be
a
memories. Yeah, East Coast. There's Stuckies everywhere. East Coast.
What's the inside of this?
Nougat.
No, I'm just asking.
Original pecan log roll. I don't know. I tore through the ingredients, so that ain't gonna help.
Smells nutty.
Smells. 130 calories for the whole thing. I got about a tenth of that.
That's pretty delicious. That's real sweet.
Oh, it is, and it's so mapley.
I don't care for pecans, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not like a pecan pie, where you got like big old.
No.
I'm just gonna go right now. I don't like a pecan pie.
Nope. I agree.
Wait, no. I'm pretty sure you
Remind-
said
But
that.
Stucky's pecan log, I'll mess with that. That's all right.
That's tasty.
Thank
It's gonna be
you.
stuck in my teeth for the next 2 weeks, but
No, you just drink more Faygo.
okay. If you insist. So, guy with the map. Back to finish my story. There's more. So he's over there planning his trip. And they go to pay. And he calls the waiter over. And this is a Mexican restaurant here in Springfield, Missouri, who has an inordinate amount of employees. Like, there is probably about 5 too many employees in this restaurant, okay? There's always somebody just hovering around your table, like ready to... They're good about, like, refilling your drinks and chips and all that stuff, but there's a lot of people in there.
Yep.
All family, I think. Not all of them particularly fluent in English. Everybody knows a little bit of English, but there's several that are fluent, and then there's some that are kind of hanging out. And they get one of the ones that are kind of hanging out, and they pull them over and they go, "Is there a service charge if we pay with our credit card?" And I went, "Old people." and the guy was like, "Huh?" And then he repeats himself to no avail. "Is there a service charge if I pay with my credit card? I would like to pay with my credit card, but I do not want to pay a service charge." So it's just restated the same sentence that the guy didn't get the first time. He goes, "Huh?" Second time, I'm like, perfect. And then he goes, "Hold on." And he just left. And then eventually somebody else comes over to talk to him. And it took him about 4 tries for them to decipher what this old man wanted. "Is there a service charge if I use my credit card?"
Well, what was he going to use if he was going to be charged?
I'm sure he would have paid in nickels at that point.
Cash?
Just Indian head nickels is what that guy's got a pocket full of,
He went
probably.
out to the car to find change in his.
Yeah,
in his-
but unless you got
holder.
like a Discover card or a friggin' what's the other one that nobody wants to take?
American Express.
No, American Express, yeah. Diners Club, you got one of those cards. You're probably good to go, right?
There are a lot of places that charge like 2% because that's what they're charged.
So
I don't go to those places. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like if somebody says we're gonna have to charge you extra, I'm like,
I just went to this coffee place for the first time by your house and got a drink, and I actually thought about paying cash just because I had cash, but I saw 3 cars in front of me. They all paid with card, and it just seemed like there was no cash register, no
We're
cash or anything.
There's cash.
It didn't look like a register. It just looked like
There's a drawer.
supplies. Oh, was there?
supplies.
I just went ahead and just paid with my card. It's no big deal.
That's the. I don't even use my card anymore.
I had cash. So I was like,
If I can't pay with my phone, I'm a little disgruntled about your place of business. I'm going to be honest with you. I live in the future, Bubby, and I would like to pay from the future. I would also like my sodas from the future.
that's one thing I haven't done is set up my Apple Pay on my phone.
Oh man.
You want to teach me how?
I will show you how to do this, Bubby, because it is the way of it. Amanda, you used the Apple Pay. You don't have Apple, do you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You used your Google Pays or whatever on your phone?
Sometimes, but no.
But stroke. No. I love the freaking phone pay. If I could get that chip in my finger and just whoop my finger across the thing, I'd do that too. Don't think I wouldn't. tattoo a barcode on me and just scan that thing.
That's too much.
Do it. The only problem is I get the chip in me and then the bank immediately loses that shenanigans. Now I got to go get a new chip. Just like I got to get a new credit card like every 6 months because, hey, we lost your credit card number again. You're going to get a new one. Thanks for nothing. That happened to me like in 1 year. I had like 6 times that the bank had to call and say, hey, like Dairy Queen lost all the card numbers. Now we got to get you a new one because yours was one of the ones they lost. And like 6 different places did that to me in 1 year. And now the place I would go get it, they shut down, which was that Great Southern down there on Campbell.
Yeah, that's the one I always
Or
to.
Or not Campbell, but just
Republic Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut that thing down.
Yeah. Well, that's one I always go to. Now I have to go up to the main one or go way west.
Oh, yeah, you go way out there. Yeah.
On the same road.
Yeah, but out there. Yeah, way out there. Nobody wants that in their life.
No, I don't.
Make life easier, not more complicated, people. All right. I posted a picture. I posted a bunch of pictures. Specifically, I'm looking at the can sitting on the sidewalk. Man.
I saw it.
Okay.
You posted them a long time ago. I've already memorized them.
I posted them like 10 minutes ago.
It wasn't 10 minutes ago. It was like an hour. Ago.
Yeah, and I actually 58 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay. This is sitting outside, and I'll post this to the Facebook group, sitting outside of the McAllisters here by my house.
What?
Yeah. Just like, they got those columns out front of a McAllisters there.
Yeah.
Just sitting right next to one of the McAllisters is a can of beef ravioli Chef Boyardee with I'm going to assume, I didn't get close enough to look, I'm going to assume a fork in it, just sitting on the sidewalk.
And it's half full.
Half full, right there at
or half empty.
Half empty, depending on how you look at life. Are you, Bubby? Are you a half full or half empty kind of
I'm a half
ravioli guy?
Half full.
Half full. There's still ravioli left in there. I'm still good to go. Did anybody else hear a bing, or is it just me?
It's Bubby.
Okay.
I should have just been like, don't know what you're talking about.
Sadly.
You're the only one that heard that.
Yeah, no, you know what? That happens more and more as time goes on because Alzheimer's and dementia are battling it out to see who the winner is. But you're outside the McAllisters.
Maybe it was an employee taking a break.
Oh, shit. That's even sadder. That's even sadder. That your break is, I'm just going to sit out here on the sidewalk and eat this cold can of beef
Tired
ravioli.
of those stupid potatoes.
I don't want to eat. If I got to eat that damn Southwestern chicken sandwich one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm just going to sit out here and eat this beef ravioli cold out of a can. Just like, what's your day? What is your day at that point that you've busted out the can of ravioli and you're like, this is it?
But you'd leave it.
Yeah, you didn't even eat the whole. Like, I'm not hungry enough to eat the whole can.
I'm just going to set it down.
Maybe I'll come back for it. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
Fly.
Maybe some nice person was like, hey, why don't you go into McAllister's and I'll buy you a sandwich?
Is that an upgrade?
Or potato.
Is that an upgrade, you think?
Yeah.
As someone who eats at McAllister's all the time, is that an upgrade? Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. You ever watch? All right, so this might be a me thing. Every time I see like a plane going somewhere, like flying overhead, I always wonder, like, where are those people going? What are they doing? What's their, what they got going on? I just like to think about where those people. You don't really think about like other people living their lives like day to day, like people you don't know, because they're out there doing it all day, every day. But what are they doing? And that's kind of how I felt when I saw that can of beef ravioli. I was like, I'd like to see what the rest of that guy's day was like, where this was like the culmination of his lunch.
Yeah.
So
how it got there.
Why? What was he doing? Like, did he have a big business meeting? He had just had to wolf this down before his big contract signing. He's going over to Bass Pro and he's going to sell him a brand new idea, make $1 million.
He's not even going to put it in the trash can.
Because he's going to be late. He's going to be late if he doesn't run over there and get this done.
He was about 20 feet from one inside the McAllister's.
Trash can?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to go in McAllister's to do that. Now, what's that look like? I brought my beef ravioli in here to throw away.
Yeah. Do it.
Can we sell you anything? No, I'm just going to throw this beef ravioli away. Or maybe he's hoping, maybe a cat come along and eat it. He didn't want to waste it in case that cat wanted it. You never know.
Put it in a cat dish.
Cat dish. Yeah, I don't think he had a cat dish. That's why he just left it open like that.
Get some cat scratch fever.
Cat scratch fever. I think my wife got that once. Guess how she got it?
Shouldn't laugh. How?
Screwing around with a cat. Same way she gets tore up by a cat every single time. Oh, speaking of which, holy crap. I got a call today from my neighbor at work. Okay. My neighbor 2 houses
Your neighbor at work?
No, my neighbor called me at work.
Okay.
My neighbor at work would be Scott, and he is currently on vacation. He is the desk closest to mine. Hope your cruise is going well, Scott. No, my neighbor 2 houses down calls my place of work to get a hold of me, leaves a message, and then I get the message on my phone from the front desk lady that I need to call my wife or call him. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? Is my house on fire? What's happening? So I call him up, and he goes, the neighbor next to you came over, and she wanted me to call you because she went over to your house, and she was yelling in the window, and nobody would come to the door. I'm like, that's not a surprise. She definitely did not want to go and deal with whatever that was. The dumb dog, the big one, knocked out the screen on the side of the house, and the yellow cat straight out that window because any chance for that cat to escape, gone. And so she was worried that the cat was going to get in her yard and the dogs were going to get that cat. Little does she know that cat's going to get that dog. But he's out there just running around terrorizing the neighborhood. And so I called my wife and she doesn't answer the phone. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on at that house? So I said, call me as soon as you can. So she calls me all frazzled. She goes, what? She goes, I don't know what's going on around here. What do you want? And I said, Callum, my neighbor called, and she goes, let me guess. It's about the other neighbor. And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. I go, your cat's outside. And she goes, what? And she goes, he's not outside. I go, apparently one of the dogs busted down the screen, and she goes and looks. She goes, okay, I'm going to deal with it. And she hangs up the phone and to go get the cat. Because he's not allowed to be outside because he's got a medical condition and he's not supposed to eat protein. And the first thing he does is go out there and kill a rabbit and eat it because he's a monster. So now she's got to go out. She works from home. So now she's got to stop what she's doing, go outside, catch the stupid cat, bring him inside, get this all shut up. And then the neighbor lady's like, well, if I had your phone number, I could have just called you. So now she's got to give the neighbor lady her phone number so she can text her whenever she wants. So it's been a fun day for my wife. She's now upstairs in bed. She's done. She's had enough of the shenanigans.
She's apparently been telling the whole world about it.
How's that?
Because I've heard a lot of her conversations.
Oh, yeah. And then, whoever she's mad about and talking to Google about, we're hearing that name. Probably her mom.
Probably. I was like, maybe she's on the phone with the neighbor.
Maybe.
Now that I know, maybe they're just yelling at each other.
Maybe. So, Bubby.
Door.
You got a Parker story?
I do.
Parker. Need a photographer.
So this weekend, we went to the Route 66 festival downtown.
Oh, yeah. I accidentally ran into that trying to go to lunch the other day and was like, oh, yeah, this thing's happening.
Yeah. There's no getting around downtown unless that's what you're doing.
It was just blocked off everything.
Everywhere.
So what was your impetus to go into the Route 66 down there, Bobby?
My what?
Your impetus. What was the reason that you wanted to go? It's not. I didn't make that word up. That's a real word.
Well, this was the last weekend I thought that I would have with Parker because we have a trip planned next weekend. So, this coming weekend
or not,
we'll see. But I was planning on being mine and Parker's last weekend before you start school, and so he wanted to go down and look at cars and listen to bands. And look at girls.
Yeah, Parker, get it. Get all three of the good things there in life.
He did all three.
Cars and music and girls.
Checked them all off.
It's nothing better in this world. If you had your driver's license, you could be doing all three at once.
Yeah, that's gonna be a while. He keeps wanting me to take him driving, but
come on, Dadar. Why aren't you taking that boy out driving? Take him out on the highway.
Because of
we can let him drive us to Kansas City.
There you go. Come on.
I will be staying home.
You're going to have to rent the car, though. I'm not putting that on my insurance. I'm going to be real honest with you.
Make sure you get the insurance.
How many driver's license? I'm going to just sidetrack you right here, but how many driver's license? Alzheimer's. How many driving lessons have you guys had?
Just the 2.
What?
That's it.
Bubby.
Yep.
You got to get out there with that boy.
Maybe.
That's your weekend plan now, Parker. Make sure he does it. Get him out there.
He screws it up because he.
What do you mean he screws it up? He's learning.
No, he acts stupid and immature and
just like his dad.
No, and he's not independent, and so I just take it away from him. Like, nope, we're not going to do it.
Mean old
until you can act right. So
mean old dad.
Trying to teach him ways of
The ways
being a teenager.
of being a Jedi.
Anyway, so we're sitting at the concerts watching a couple of bands. Play.
Anybody we know?
No,
Guar,
no.
Mini Kiss,
I think it's mainly some local groups.
Plush. That's a local band.
And they're, the problem he has with dogs. He always puts his fingers in his ears and doesn't want to hear him bark. And there's a lot of dogs down there.
Oh yeah, there are.
They
Not all of them well behaved.
no. Well, the ones that come and sit right beside us are well behaved.
Right.
Couple had 2, I want to say bulldogs, probably, and
Short, squat,
they were
crinkly.
They were well behaved. They were quiet, and for about an hour.
Okay.
And then in hour into it, I don't even know if Parker knew the dogs were there
Just snuck up on them.
until
Ninja dogs.
one of the dogs started, or the owner actually took a little frisbee and started throwing it for one dog to go get. Well, the other dog started barking.
Right.
And
Just excited that the other one's getting the frisbee.
I think so.
Cheering them on. Go, dog, go.
So Parker gets just beside himself and can't stand it. This guy's fingers in his ear, and he's just getting madder and madder and madder. Before I know it, he jumps up, runs over to try to swat at the dog, and then kick it. He did not kick it, but by then I was jumped up.
Well, now we know why Parker's not allowed to drive the car anymore right here.
Because of the way he's acting. Exactly.
Just taking kicks at freaking
He
dogs.
tries to kick at the dog, and I stand between the dog and Parker, so he can't. And the owner's like, "Whoa, what?"
Right, exactly.
He was caught by surprise too.
Rightfully so, probably.
Yeah, and so I was like, "I'm sorry, it's his autism," and I said, "Parker, go sit down. You can't do that."
Parker, lay down.
And
Sit. Stay.
and I'm just like yelling at him, and the owner's like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, he didn't kick him. He's fine. I'm sorry. I'll keep him at bay and keep him from barking and stuff like that." But so I made Parker sit there for about 20 more minutes, and then you're like, "Nope, we're leaving. We're done."
And out you go.
Yeah. So
To do anything.
took my chairs and walked away.
Took your chairs. Took my frisbee. I'm going home. What was the best thing you saw down there, Bubby?
Cool cars.
Cool car, cool band, cool concession, fried butter.
Oh, there's so many.
They got that now,
Great cars down there. I took a picture. Maybe I'll probably post it to you. It's a truck, like a diesel, but it's lowered, and it's like not chrome, but it's like almost like a
Aluminum foil.
DeLorean. It's almost like all
okay.
of the steel,
Yep.
and it's
Stainless steel.
it's pretty cool. It's jacked out. So yeah, I'll text that to you so you can post it if you want. But yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hold on. Here we go.
Jacked out? Is that what you said?
Jacked up?
Or jacked up? It was lowered, but it's jacked up. I was just
Like jacked up means like it's missing a tire and like
Not up.
somebody knocked the rearview mirror off of it. What?
But what did you say? Jacked out?
I said jacked out. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think
What
you're
does
allowed to
that
do
mean?
that in public, Bubby. I'm gonna be honest with you. You are not setting a good example for Parker.
Does that
You're
mean
jacking out in
it's-
public.
Like it's tricked out?
Tricked out. There.
Tricked out.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Bubby's got a little bit of the. Oh, no, hold on now. Bub, bring this back. I need to look at this picture because Bubby has not described this adequately.
No.
What?
This
I think
It's
just
a
leave
diesel.
it and post it.
Lowered, and it's like,
Let it be a
Steel?
surprise for people.
what's your question?
Bubby, let me say a word.
That's real jacked out.
This is jacked out. This is the most jacked out thing I've seen. Okay, when you're describing this truck, I think the first word you should say is like mini semi truck.
Okay.
Okay, that's where
It's
I think.
not really many.
Well, he said diesel.
It's
truck.
regular size, but it's
That's not-
lowered.
but it looks like a semi.
It is.
But it's not. That's not like semi big.
It's a Peterbilt.
Peterbilt.
It's an actual diesel.
You watch your mouth
jacked
in
out
this house.
Peterbilt.
You don't you be jacking out your Peterbilt, Bubby. Can't be having that out out in the downtown area.
I quit.
I mean, I know there's homeless dudes that do it all the time, but you can't be doing that. Them cops are going to have word with you. Somebody's going to pepper spray it if you ain't careful.
It's very cool.
It's pretty nice.
It is kind of cool. Like, I drive that. My wife would not ride in it, but I would drive it.
It was 4-door. It was 2-door.
I don't think that's the problem with it. I'm going to be honest with you.
2 side doors for the sleeper. Is that what they call them?
The sleeper cab.
Yeah.
They're in the back.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to know about Bubby and Parker's outing to Whitewater. How did that go?
We talked a little bit about it, didn't we? But I don't think we...
I think we just talked that he was going.
Yeah.
It went fine. He actually does really well at Whitewater or any park, but we were in the lazy river for a while, and then
Did you get out of the lazy river
yes.
first? Okay.
Yes.
Technically.
Technically,
I got out to pee and then I went right
I
back
did get out.
because after the last time when they put the chemical in the water, I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
I got out and we ate lunch, and Parker started riding the slides, and then I went back to the lazy river and just was in there for probably an hour.
Did you fall asleep?
No,
Okay.
but it was nice.
Did he meet any girls?
No, but there
weren't any there.
That's weird. It's
Dudes
no,
only.
there were a lot.
all boys only. It's a boys
I
only.
do remember watching one young lady
Bubby.
watching
Bubby.
Parker.
Okay.
And
Just be careful.
no, I'm always watching Parker to see if he's noticing girls or girls are noticing him. And I did see the one girl looking at Parker for quite a while. So
You need you need to get
he's oblivious. He's
that's
just
what I'm saying. You need to get like one of them secret agent earpieces that they got, and you can like Parker. 12 o'clock.
Look to your right.
Does he know how to? Okay.
Time? No, he does not do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say most kids don't know how to clock like 6 o'clock.
Well, it's even worse with autism. He just has no ambition to learn how to tell time.
Okay, like doesn't like even with like a digital clock.
That's the only way he knows how to tell
Yeah,
time.
like I think that's most kids
Now,
nowadays.
we have a huge clock in our living room with with hands and the numbers, and have tried teaching him over and over. We've had the worksheets that you learn how to tell time with. And
Right.
Nope. He's like, I don't care.
You know what? He might be right on this one. Like people holding on to old school clocks are just holding on to old school clocks. Like we've all moved to digital at this point.
I love old school clock.
Of course, you love old school clocks.
As we're staring at one.
Yeah, that one doesn't work.
Yeah, it's
No
been
battery?
time for a long
Yeah,
time.
it's got a battery. It's got like 2 AA's in there, but they last like a half an hour because that clock is the size of the wall.
It's huge.
Yeah, and so they don't last long, and it's a real pain in the ass to take that thing down and change the batteries in it. So I just never do it anymore. It's been that time forever. We also have one of them. Huh?
Oh, is the one on the phone ticking?
Yeah,
One of
probably.
them's ticking.
Yeah, the one on the phone also doesn't work that well, but it does tick.
It's a bomb.
There's also one of them cat clocks, with the tail that swipes and the eyes that go back and forth. It is also like
Felix?
Felix clock. It might be on the wall in the kitchen there, like behind.
Oh, cool.
There. It also is also the wrong time all the time.
I love those.
It just doesn't keep good time, that one. We got a lot of clocks that don't keep time around here for some
That
reason.
would drive me bonkers.
Basically, it's the microwave and the stove, and if you need a different time, ask the Google lady and she'll tell you. She's real good at that. She may talk to herself a bunch, but she will tell you what time it is and what the weather's going to be like. That's why I'm like, everyone's like, your house is bugged. People are listening to you all the time. I'm like, all they're listening to is what time is it? What's the weather outside? And is this celebrity alive or dead? And how much are they worth?
No, they hear everything.
I know, but that's all they're getting out of it. Because that's the only discussion I'm having in this house.
No, that's the only interaction you're having with that.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? Yeah, here's that a bunch too. And then here recently, it's been the Olympics and nothing but the Olympics here at this house. You guys watch the Olympics at all?
A few. I watched the gold medalist breakdancing. Women's.
Oh, did you watch the whole thing?
I did not watch is it Australian?
Ray gun.
I saw that later on a video.
You don't know what we're talking about, do you, Amanda?
Yes, I do.
It's like,
Okay.
that's the best they could send over?
Oh, I freaking love Ray gun. I got to imagine that was some sort of weird bet that she lost. Like Australia's like, We don't have any female break dancers. We got a real good guy, but anybody want to just go to the Olympics? And this lady was like,
trip.
I'll go. And he goes, you're going to have to get out in front of everybody and break dance. And she's like, I could probably manage something, right? And then that happened. And everyone was like, and then that's all I've seen, like on my news feeds and on my TikToks and my Reddits and what have you.
We could have done better than that.
I would like.
I would beg to differ, Bubby. I've met both of us, and I'm going to say right now, I would have gotten down there to do the first spin, blown out my knee, and just laid there until the emergency people came to cart me away in a leaf bag. Okay, that's how that would have gone.
So you do
the worm.
Worm, yeah.
No, none of that was going to happen. I could do the kangaroo hop like she did, and then the T-Rex. And that'd be about it.
How about the robot? Can you do a robot?
I could do the robot, yeah, but I don't think we're scoring many points doing any of that. And so did you watch the men's too?
I watched I think it was the gold medal, but I didn't watch I only watched the last 2 minutes.
Okay, the men's was way more impressive. Like they do a lot more spinny flippies and kickies and head spinnies and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And we watched it from the beginning. So
the girls' gold medal was awesome.
Yeah, the girls' gold medal one was good too. So we watched it from the very beginning, like when Ray Gun comes out and all that stuff. And they had these two lady announcers who get yanked from that broadcast fairly quickly for not actually talking or describing anything that's happening. Most of you was like, "Oh, that's a good move," but everyone's like, "I don't know
what is it? What's it called?
What's it called? Can you explain what's going on here?" They didn't explain like anything. And like the first two women that got up, they went 3 rounds. But after that, they were the only ones that went 3 rounds. And everybody else just went 2 for all the preliminaries. Like they just did, it felt like they were making it up as they went along there because it's the first time they've ever done it.
Right.
And so I don't think they were quite prepared for the Olympics.
So I know for the gold, they did 3.
Yeah. So after you do the preliminaries, then everybody does 3 after that.
Okay.
But the first rounds, it's only supposed to be 2. But that first group, and then one lady took off her jacket and held out some bat wings and had a message on there. They disqualified her ass immediately. It was real weird there that first go round, but it got way better.
What else was new this year?
I don't know the other new events. That's the big one that everyone was waiting for. We watched a bunch of diving and of course the gymnastics. My wife loves the gymnastics.
My wife made me watch gymnastics.
Some kayaking,
watch swimming and some track
shooting. We watched some shooting. They had one guy from the Ukraine or from some former Russian deal, and that dude was straight up a hitman. Everybody else has got these flaps over their eyes and special lenses and stuff so they can aim it up. This dude just wandered out there, pointed his gun sideways, and went pop pop pop, and got the silver. And I was like, that dude's a hitman for sure. He has murdered a bunch of people.
So the new events this year.
Okay, new events this year.
We're skateboarding.
Okay.
Skateboarding was new this year?
I didn't see it.
Oh, I watched a bunch of that.
Yeah,
They're
it's
good.
never been in the Olympics before.
We watched the
sport climbing.
Oh, did you see that one girl that went
climbing?
I didn't watch sport climbing.
That's the real fast.
I saw a highlight, where the guy just runs up the wall and
there's one girl who does it in 6 seconds. Just boom, new world record.
I watched it in 4.
Yeah. So
4.37 or something.
They just whip themselves up that wall. It's real impressive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Surfing.
Colin Jost almost lost a foot.
Yeah. It's so dramatic.
Where was that? Tahiti?
Tahiti, yeah, because that's French Polynesia. So
okay.
Counts as France.
Yeah, waves.
That's it?
I think so. I liked watching sailing.
They had one where they flipped that whole freaking boat over. That was pretty good. Mm-hmm. That dude fell through the sail. It's the catamaran, and so it tips up on one thing, and it gets too far over, and that dude falls out and goes through the sail to the other side.
Oh wow!
And then that boat is done at that point.
I also really enjoyed because it made me feel uncomfortable. I enjoyed watching badminton.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Just watching grown men seriously battle it out with these tiny little sticks
and batting around a shuttlecock.
Yes, it was,
Puppy and I just like to say the word
shuttlecock.
it was pretty funny to watch.
Did you watch any
take it seriously.
of the dressage, the horse dancing?
No.
Okay, so the horse dancing comes on, and here comes Martha and Snoop. Mm-hmm. Full on dressage outfit, helmet, the spats, the whole 9 yards. And Martha is trying to explain to Snoop, what's going on. And Snoop
and Flavor Flav.
I'm sad it's over. Did you guys watch the closing ceremonies?
No.
Very jarring difference between France and America.
Yeah.
So France hands over the games to America at the end of the Olympics. Mm-hmm. And they have this big like production thing going on where they pull up these giant Olympic rings, and they're like the rings that people do like spinny tricks on and stuff, but they're giant. Mm-hmm. And they got like 8 or 10 people on each one, and they hook them up and they raise them up. And there's this big giant gold dude who kind of looks like the Mothman comes down, and he's the spirit of the Olympics. And he's doing a bunch of stuff, and all these people dressed kind of like mummies are out there doing stuff, and it's crazy, right? Very artistic. A dude's playing a piano, like they raise this piano up like by its front end, so it's like hanging vertical. And this dude's like in a chair underneath it, just playing, and people are singing, and it's crazy, right? French, very fancy. And here comes America. Here comes fucking America, right? We're going to take the flag, we're going to take it back to the United States. Who do we get?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles takes the flag, but then somebody has to come and get the flag from Simone Biles. And who do we as Americans send to France to go get that flag? That's right, it's Tom Cruise. We send Tom Cruise over there to jump off the lip of the arena and rappel into the thing, get the flag, stick it on the back of a motorcycle, and drive it out of there at hell speed. To a plane where he flies to America, skydives out of the plane, just the most American bullshit you ever seen in your life. Skydives out of the plane, lands in Hollywood, runs from where he lands to the Hollywood sign, and puts 3 more O's on the Hollywood sign, so then it's the Olympic rings.
On top, okay.
And then some lady in a bike takes it down to the beach, and then here's Red Hot Chili Peppers with Flea and Dave Grohl with the most hideous porn mustache you ever saw in your life. And I'm like, America. That's 100% America right there. And then here comes Snoop, and he does the song, and
I'm gonna have to see if I can.
Billie Eilish
find
is
that
there
online.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's America. Like if I was like, what's the most American bullshit we could do? That was it. 100%. That was it.
But Tom Cruise isn't even an American.
I know, but he's America's sweetheart. He's also like.
What do you mean?
He's also
my
like
sweetheart. He's an alien.
He's like 5 foot tall too. I saw him once in real life. He's like 5 foot tall.
He's a Scientologist.
I'm taller?
They're not American.
Yeah, you're probably taller than Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Nicole Kidman's taller than Tom Cruise. I can tell you that right now.
Of
She's
course.
taller than a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also doesn't age. It's real weird. Like, you seen a picture of her recently? Looks the same.
I saw her movie not long ago. Yeah,
Which movie was that?
It was on Netflix. One of her last movies.
Okay.
I don't know. My wife made me
Not
watch
last, latest.
She's not
it.
dead.
Yeah. Last?
One of her last movies.
One of her.
Last one. She's
The Lady in the
dead.
Water. That
Latest.
one's real weird. Latest movies, Bobby. Let's not kill off Australia's sweetheart, Nicole Kidman.
Okay. I'll try not to.
Thanks. We appreciate that, Bubby. Nicole Kidman, just so you know, you're safe from Bubby at the moment. I don't know for how long, but for now.
Jimmy Fallon, maybe not. I don't know.
Oh shit! Bubby's got beef with Jimmy Fallon.
No, I like Jimmy Fallon.
He was on the Olympics broadcast too. I didn't watch none of them.
He could have dated her, but he was too shy.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this story.
Have you not seen it? Look it up online. Yeah, it's she was doing an interview on his show, and she was talking about how when they first met, and it was like at somebody's apartment, and he was playing video games, and
right.
This
is back Saturday Night Live days.
Yeah, and she was there, and he just wouldn't talk to her, and she was going to give him a chance, and didn't happen.
Oh, misconnections. Put that right in your freaking Craigslist ad right there.
Yeah. So he's like, "What? I could have dated Nicole Kidman."
But he got a wife and everything now. He almost lost his finger on because of his wedding ring.
Was that Jimmy?
He caught it he fell and caught it on the edge of a table and tried to peel off his whole freaking finger.
That's why we wear rubber ones.
100%.
In our line of work.
Definitely.
I enjoyed Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson's.
I like their
night.
shenanigans. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of their just commentary shenanigans. Mm-hmm. They had a little show
during the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they basically had a little show that would air on
a
NBC,
quote unquote late night wrap up kind of show.
Yeah. Did you pay for the Peacock streaming service there for the Olympics? Oh, you always have that one?
Yeah.
We kind of mix and match them. They come and go. Our staples are the Netflix and the Disney and the Prime.
I couldn't tell you the last time I don't think I even have the Netflix app on anything.
We're not paying for Netflix. Cover your ears. We're not paying for. We're bootlegging that one. But
They just don't have anything that's interesting to me anymore.
there's shows I like on there that kind of come and go. Umbrella Academy's got a new season that just came out, so I'm going to watch that.
We did just watch Jack Reacher, the two movies with Tom Cruise.
I've not watched those. Are they good?
They are.
Okay.
I really enjoyed them.
I'm kind of. I'll be honest with you, a little hit or miss with Tom Cruise. Like some things I like that he does, and some things I'm like, what the hell's happening right now?
That and Top Gun.
Top Gun, all right. That was a decent. I wasn't a big fan of the original, but I liked it well enough. And we saw the second one. I was like, just Top Gun some more. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jack Reacher's basically Mission Impossible almost.
yeah, that's what I figured. He's
pretty good.
What's his name? The other one, Matt Damon. Born Identity. Yes, it's like that, right? Except for he's got his memory. He doesn't lose memory, but it's basically that.
Yeah.
There's another one of those too.
People.
There's another one of those shows as well. I don't remember the name of that one. From the guy from, I don't know, some superhero show that I watched. Anyway, neither here nor there.
Before we start wrapping up, I was going to ask you guys what you think about the Disney announcement of the added attractions.
Oh, the new themed area at Disney.
Yeah, all of them, all the parks.
It's fine. The only thing I care about is there's a new parade.
That was amazing.
I like the Villains Land concept conceptually anyway. I don't know if I'll like it in practice or not, but
Not sure what the rides are.
I don't think they've said it much about it.
No.
Just that it's coming. Hey, it's coming. And then they got the live action Lilo and Stitch coming. We got a little sneak preview of that. I like that. Mm-hmm. I don't care for. Did you see the Snow White one?
No.
Oh, the live action movie one?
Uh-huh.
I saw the preview.
I don't care for any of that.
Really?
Not one bit. First of all, that girl, I don't know if it's the haircut or the girl's head, but it seems too small. And then they towed out the dwarves. And you could just get regular dwarves, right? But nope. Disney's made this animated like rotoscoped. I don't know what the hell they are.
They're
like abominations. Animated? Yeah. The dwarves are.
Oh. The teaser I saw, they were all just like shadow.
Oh, okay. So. There's one where you can see like Happy and you're like, oh, I don't know what this is, but I'm again.
Oh.
I'm definitely have not been a fan of all the remake movies. Some of them I'm like, I don't really think I needed this. Jungle Book, I'm looking at you when I say that. Like, I like the original better. I'll say it. Controversial.
You just didn't like The Rock.
I don't watch most of the live action stuff.
Moana?
I just heard Parade and I was like, thanks. Good night.
That's
all I care about.
I didn't hear the new parade. What's the new parade?
It's
nighttime.
a new nighttime parade.
Okay.
Something. It's like
Magic Kingdom.
Good Night. Is it
Good Night Moon?
No. Good
Wishes?
Night Kiss. No, or Wish Upon a Star or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The freaking Disney name generator. You can take wish and
Yeah.
dream and magic and just combine them with some other word, and there you go.
But
Ta-da.
I'm excited because it looks like, at least through the drawings they have. So at one of the Disney's, I think it's like Shanghai maybe.
Yeah.
They have, I think
That's the one I really
think
want to
there's
go
a couple.
to.
Yeah, they have so much money, or Tokyo. I don't remember. One of those. They
Mm-hmm.
have in their parade. They have a giant blue fairy.
Okay.
She's huge,
Okay.
and it looks like she's going to be in this new parade. And I'm super excited.
Oh, fancy.
That's really cool. But
Shanghai's the one that's like off the rails. Like,
yeah,
all the other parks are kind of Disney, and they're like, okay, well, we got our Peter Pan ride, or we got our whatever this. Shanghai's like, nope, we ain't doing none of those. We're going to do all our own things.
Yeah.
And they're going to be bananas nuts.
they just have so much money.
Yeah. We're gonna have one with the Monkey King in it. You ain't got the Monkey King in your park, but we got one in ours. And you're like, I'll go see the Monkey King. Mm-hmm. So that's probably the one I really want to go to, and I don't think I'll ever get to go, is the Shanghai one. I think I eventually will get to the Tokyo seas, but I don't think I'll ever make it over the Shanghai one.
Why?
I don't know. It seems like a lot. Like getting in and out of China. I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
Or do you want to?
I mean, I might, but I just don't know how to. I don't even know how you go about it. Like Japan, that makes sense to me. We can go to Japan. Like they're all right with me. I'm not sure China's all right with me.
They're still communist, right?
Yes, they're still communist.
Okay. So, yeah.
I don't know what that has to do with this.
Well,
Bubby's like, I don't cotton with no communists.
no.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
I'm with you now. I don't know.
But-
I wasn't following.
And we might go to the Paris. We're talking about maybe going over to London, and then I can skate over to Paris and hit that one up real
I
quick.
think that's the one that's like a waste of money.
They have
Probably, but I still want to go.
They have Ratatouille here.
It was not open last time I was there, which was sad. I didn't get to go. I'm always like right ahead of the new ride. Like whenever I show up, they're like, "Oh yeah, if you come back in like 2 months, the new ride's going to be open." And I'm like, "Some bitch."
We first got there, it was down, and then it was so packed and busy, we just never got to ride it.
Yeah, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I haven't
Dwarves.
ridden.
Oh,
Dwarves.
Them dwarves. I ain't ride that dwarf train yet. Yeah, I haven't ridden that one. I haven't been to any of the new stuff at I want to say MGM, but it's not MGM anymore. That's old.
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios. Thank you. I was there
Star
when
Wars?
yeah, I haven't been to any of the Star
Oh,
Wars
those
stuff
are
yet.
amazing.
I've been there when the freaking Pleasure Island was still there. All right, so let me tell you how old I am. Right, I've been to Pleasure Island. Like shut that shit down. I loved it, dude. That thing was the bomb.
And now they're going to get rid of Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah, you been to Tom Sawyer's Island? There ain't much going on.
I have.
You got to ride over there on the little raft. and-
My favorite though is waiting in line for Haunted Mansion, and like if I've ridden all the things I want to ride for the day, and I'm going back for especially like my second round of Haunted Mansion,
right.
I'm not gonna like do a lightning lane or
You're
whatever
gonna
they call them now.
hit the queue.
I'm gonna go through the queue because I want to watch the people try across the barrels.
Oh, yeah.
over on Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good time.
yeah.
It's so funny.
I just look for the cats
barrel
the whole
bridge.
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for the cats
Oh.
when we're over there waiting for the Haunted Mansion. I'm just searching around the tombstones hoping to see a cat. That's all I really care about. Yeah, that's my Disney vacation. Y'all got any cats? I want to pet one of them cats.
When I went,
But that dog.
when I went to Disney World the last time, we were over by Haunted Mansion in, what is that area called?
Adventureland.
No,
Frontierland?
no,
That's I think the same thing.
America Land. I don't know.
Americaland, yeah.
I don't remember what it's called right now.
Something Square.
Liberty Square.
Liberty
Liberty
Square.
Square. Good job. There was an owl on like one of the buildings, like
Who?
a real owl.
Who?
It was crazy.
No, just me. Okay, just hanging out, just like chilling.
It was so pretty. But
I like seeing that.
We all looked at it like, I don't remember that animatronic being there.
Every once in a
Oh, no,
while,
it's real.
I'll
Look.
hear one here in town. I'll hear an owl just like had flown in and was hanging out in the trees or something. I'm like, that's probably the coolest bird you can like around here. You can. I mean, we ain't gonna see no bald eagles or nothing. So it's probably the coolest bird you can see.
Did I tell you about the bald eagle I saw?
No.
So I was driving home from work one day, like on 65.
Uh-huh.
And I was over by Lake Springfield, like where Bubby likes to look and see what the water's doing.
Uh huh.
And I look over.
True.
She's not wrong.
So it's actually closer to where the big frog is. The big frog.
Oh yeah, we know. that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So in that field,
If you know, you know.
I look over and there's a lot of like vultures eating something.
Oh, never a good
That's
sign.
not
And I
fun.
look over and there's a bald eagle like pulling something up with
Ew.
like, his arms out, wings.
Wings,
I was like,
former
that's the most
arms.
bald eagle thing you can see a bald eagle do.
Right, like I'm gonna eat this.
Destroying. It's pretty crazy.
When we were in Alaska, when I used to work on the cruise ships, there was Alaska. They're like squirrels up there. You can see like there's
Yeah.
freaking every 2 inches there's a freaking bald eagle just hanging out up there. It's crazy how many bald eagles they got. Like you'll go into one of the towns and there'll be like 10 of them just sitting on a fence, just staring at you as you walk by, and you're like, please don't eat me because they're huge.
yeah.
So
You just made me think of a question I was supposed to ask you.
okay,
About the cruise, where do the staff sleep? Where's
coal
Cabins.
down there by the coal-fired furnace to stay warm.
on the first level then? On the
No, so
bottom?
they'll stay On a lot of the cruise ships, it's kind of like a lot of them are in like the Americans and it depends really. But if you're like the Americans or the British or something like that, kind of like the higher ranking people, you'll sleep. They're ranked. Oh, they're ranked.
What?
Let me tell you right now. So it starts at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to give away all the secrets right now. So it starts at the bottom. You got the Filipinos, and they're doing like laundry service and cleaning and a bunch of that stuff.
What?
It's all based on your nationality for a lot of these ships. So the Jamaican folk, anyone from the Jamaican Islands or the Caribbean Islands, they are usually housekeepers. So they'll be doing like your room steward stuff. Okay. Then you'll have the Brits are usually, see the Brits. Oh yeah. The Brits are usually like the salon staff. So when you go to get, massage or whatever, that's usually Brits. Gambling is usually the Russians. Okay. Americans are usually entertainment. All right. So depending on where you are in that ranking is where you will stay on the ship. It depends. That'll also determine where you eat because there's 3 different crew messes. So there's the lowest tier, which is like the Filipinos and I'm not saying this, like this is just how they are ranked on the ships. And they, Filipinos and the Caribbean island folks and then room stewards and cleaning staff and kitchen staff, that kind of stuff. Cooks is weird. It kind of splits up like who's cooking. Some it's like Indians and some it's like Americans and some it's like Germans. It's real weird on the cooking side. But anyway, so they'll eat in one crew mess, and then like the Russians and the Brits and the Americans they'll eat in a different crew mess, and then whoever is running the ship, the actual crew staff, they'll have their own. They'll kind of eat with the captain and the officers and stuff, and they'll eat in a different mess. And depending on which one you eat, the food is better going from top to bottom. So rooms, just giving away all the secrets here. When I was on there, I stayed like deck 8 at the very back, like where the anchor and stuff comes up and where all the ropes are stuff. So whenever you're going into port, and it's kind of a little bit above the engine as well, so you can hear all that stuff going on. But you go out of my room through a door and out onto the deck where all the ropes and the chains and all that stuff was stored. So you kind of had your own like little private area you go to. But then that was either 1 to a room or 2 to a room, depending on how your cruise ship was. One of them I had my own room, and one of them I had a roommate. You go down to the lower levels, where like the Filipinos dude is, and they're like 4 to 6 to a room. Okay, bunk beds, like 3 and then 3, all in one room. So depending on, so now you didn't want to know any of this, did you?
Wow, no, you're blowing my mind. I'm like,
yeah.
speechless.
So it's
what,
and they all get paid differently depending on the country they're from. So based on how much money a fair bit of money is in your country is how much you're going to get paid. So if you're from America, you'll get more money. You'll be paid more than you would be if you're from the Philippine Islands. You're going to be paid less, but it's still like an equivalent amount of money to where you're from.
Are they paid in
but they're paid
American
in
money?
American money, yeah, and then they'll convert it.
I'm speechless.
Yep. So
That just seems
What did you think?
It seems so racist.
it's a little bit racist, probably, but it's more like just how they divide up the labor and how they, because they recruit from those areas for those particular. Because I think there's like recruitment companies that do all this. Because I worked for a company that wasn't the cruise ship, and they had the contract for the entertainment on that ship.
Interesting.
So I worked for that company, and they had, and I think the same goes for like the gambling people. That's a company that runs the gaming on the ship, and they're from, in this case, Russia, or a former Soviet Union country of some kind. And then like all the salon staff, they were hired from Great Britain because that's where that company's from.
Wow.
So, I got some good cruise ship stories I can tell on the later podcast. And if we get Carol and Peter on this one, I bet you they got a ton of good ones to tell. So save up your questions. Carol, save up all your questions. All right, folks, I think that's going to wrap this one up. This was a bit of a rambling one, but I think we covered a lot of good topics here. If you like the podcast, make sure to check us out on our Facebook page. That's where we're going to post all this stuff, the pictures that we talk about today and so on. You can check us out at our website. It's allfishandships.com. If you have any questions about cruise ships or Bubby's car that he saw or the Olympics, you can write us at it's allfishandships@gmail.com. YouTube, we've got the videos posted every week of the podcast if you don't want to subscribe to the podcast and just want to listen there. If you'd
Like and subscribe to whatever.
like and subscribe to all of them.
To everything you listen to it.
Invite a friend to listen too. That's how we're going to get more people listening to this podcast, is by you telling your friends how much you enjoy it.
Or your enemies.
Or your enemies, and that'll teach them a lesson. So do that. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can check us out on Patreon. It's all Fish and Chips at Patreon. You can be a friend of the podcast, just like Carol and Pete and Peter. He's not really one, but I'm going to throw him in there anyway. And Anthony and Ed and KK and my wife. Thank you all for being friends of the podcast. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast, it's only $20, and we'll read your ad 4 times in the course of a month, whatever you want us to say within reason. I think that's everything, right? Should be.
Sure.
So thanks all for joining us. And having said all of that, my name is Thor.
Bobby.
Goodbye, friends.
There's Amanda. And remember, folks, no matter what you got going on in your life, it's all fish and chips.
They know who I am.
Well, you blurted it out right there at the beginning. So, yeah, they know who you are. Just cannonballed the freaking podcast there. I did finish the Faygo, though.
Mix it up.
Yeah, you did.